Hi, my name is Chris Kurloff. I'm here today to show you how to finish off your garage. In an economy such as this, most people are do-it-yourselfers nowadays. They're trying to learn how to do things on their own, save a little money. And I'm going to teach you the steps on how to finishing your garage today. First thing I'm going to start off with is your required tools. Your required tools are going to be drywall tape. You're going to need at least 150 grit sandpaper or sanding block. You're going to need a chalk tape reel. You're going to need a putty knife. Any size will do. This one's a little more industrial, but any size will do. A measuring tape. At least a 14-volt drill with a Phillips head drill bit. You need some type of marking system, whether it be a pin or anything. I got a pencil and a pencil sharpener here. You're going to need a stud finder. You're going to need an X-Acto knife. I always suggest that you buy extra blades for it. In this case, you're going to go through a lot of blades. They're going to get dull real quick. You got drywall screws. There are actual drywall screws. You need to utilize just those. They're designed for that. We got joint compound here. We also have, for safety reasons, we have safety glasses. We have gloves. You don't need to be using any of those medical plastic latex gloves. You need something with a little thickness to them. You're going to be working with fiberglass. You don't want to get any of that fiberglass in your eyes, on your hands, things of that sort, and a mask. Now, first thing you're going to want to do after you got all your required tools is measure off all of the open space that you need to be drywalling for your drywall and your insulation. Your drywall needs to be at least a ½ an inch thick, and your insulation needs to at least be R-rated. Insulation is easy. When you go to any place such as Lowe's, Menards, things of that sort, the insulation section will always state on the package what the insulation is used for, whether it be the ceiling, flooring, walls, whatever it may be. It has it right on there. As long as it's R-rated and it's used for that, is great. Your drywall, again, any type of drywall, as long as it's a quarter or a ½ an inch thick. ½ an inch thick, remember that. Once you got all your drywall and insulation at home, first thing you're going to do is put up your insulation. In between each stud, put up your insulation. It's going to be packed in there, so just kind of push it in there, pack it in there from top to bottom. Once you reach all the way to the bottom of those studs, you need to cut off the excess there. Once you put up the drywalling, you don't need it coming out from underneath the drywalling. Once all your studs are insulated, you're going to start with the drywalling part. Drywalling will always be a two-person job. Not only for safety reasons, but you're going to need a second person. You're going to start with your bottom piece of drywalling. Put it up on your wall. It's going to flush with your flooring. From there, you're going to put 3 to 4 screws into your studs through the drywalling. The first piece is easy. Again, 3 to 4 inches or 3 to 4 screws on each stud as you go along. Once that first piece is up, here again, here's where that safety comes into play, where you're going to need that second person. You're going to throw that second piece of drywalling on top of the first piece that you just installed. Here again is where your stud finder will come. Once you get that second piece up there, you're not going to be able to see the studs behind it. Utilize that stud finder, find those studs, again, 3 to 4 screws into each one. Most stud finders will tell you A, exactly where the studs are, and B, where certain things are. And what I mean by certain things are, you are going to have some place on your wall, you're going to have exposed wires, you're going to have piping of some sort. You do not want to puncture those. You puncture those, it becomes a safety issue, and now you're going to need to fork out more money to fix what you just screwed up. It really is, and you don't want something like that. Once that second piece is up, you've got 3 to 4 screws in each piece. You're going to do the same steps as you just currently did throughout your whole garage, all sides which are not currently complete. Once you have all your sides currently complete, all the drywalling's up, is screwed, you're going to utilize your drywalling tape. I have 2 drywalling tapes up here. Either one will do just fine. Most people nowadays are using the mesh drywall tape because it seems to hold a lot better over time. Any transition where you got drywall to drywall, you're going to have a line. That's where you use the drywall tape. Put that drywall tape over those lines, flush it down, needs to be smooth. Once you got all those transitions covered, you're going to utilize your joint compound here, and I suggest a low dust. You're going to be in a not a very well ventilated area. Garages are always closed. You need to get in there. use your putty knife and put the joint compound all over the tape you currently have. Smooth it out. Once it's all smoothed out and everything, wait at least a day. After that day, come back in. You're going to use your sanding block and smooth down all those joint compound areas that you had. When you run your hand down the drywall, you should not be able to feel that joint compound. It should just be one smooth transition. From there, you can do whatever you want once it's finished. You can use primer, painting, you can put up track systems, which I've seen. You can design it to whatever you want to be. That's all up to you. Sky's the limit. Again, my name is Chris Kurloff. At this time, does anybody have any questions? I'm going to be here for a few minutes after the session. If you'd like to, feel free to come up to see me. Thank you very much.